Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? OK. Thank you for equipping me. This process reminded me of getting prepared for a dive when your mate checks your equipment before you go into the water. So let's dive into it. We are coming now to the, I think, to the most exciting part of this. Like you heard about the Scaffold-ETH, you heard about the Miniapps. And I'm going to show you what is the fastest way to build and deploy a Miniapp using Scaffold-ETH and the extension I've developed, the Miniapp extension. And yeah, before we start, raise your hand if you have deployed the Miniapp already. OK, good. Raise your hand if you deployed the smart contract. That's better. And raise your hand if you want to deploy a Miniapp. I want to deploy one, too. Great. OK, let's do it. If you've been here yesterday, there was a great talk by, oops, just a second. Let me figure this out. OK, get it. Great talk by Jeffrey Schultz from Rare Skills. And he said you have to memorize the main things to be an effective developer. And the one thing I want you to memorize today is this comment, how to launch a new Miniapp deployment. So let's try to do it. Hopefully, we have good enough net to do it. So that's just a standard Scaffold-ETH deployment with the Miniapp. OK, that's how I go back to this. And while it deploys, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I started building frames on Farcaster a bit more than a year ago, maybe a year and a half, in March last year. And some of them became quite popular. As you can see, my Miniapps or my frames were used 13 million times by 87,000 unique users. That's what Farcaster provides you, like direct access to the audience. And if something what you build is resonate with the people, you can get results like this. But about a year ago, I realized that my biggest constraint is that I know nothing about smart contracts. I never developed in Solidity. And yeah, I have to sing this one. Yeah. So a year ago, I walked into the BuidlGuidl, what is it called? Bootcamp at the DevCon in Bangkok. And it was amazing. Like, it was so easy to learn the things with the Scaffold-ETH, with Speedrun Ethereum. So I want to thank all the BuidlGuidl team, and especially Austin, for building all these tools, all this stuff, which helps a lot in learning how to code in Solidity. And here I am 1 year later, standing in front of you on the stage, trying to tell you how to develop Miniapps. OK, I don't know, have you tried to install the Miniapp on your computers with the command? OK, so if you want to follow what I'm going to do here on the stage, please try to do it. Here's the command. Yeah, this one. It will be easier. And in about like 20 minutes, probably you will have your first Miniapp deployed if you've never done so. Okay, can go. Okay, so what is inside? It's yeah. Thanks to Chris for coming up with this title for this slide. Yeah, we were doing a test run in the morning, and so basically it gives you full access to Scaffold-ETH, what you, I hope, already familiar with. It helps you, it creates the Farcaster manifest for you. That's what Horsefacts was showing here before. It also generates all the required meta tags for the Miniapp. It gives you like a very basic open graph image generator, so you can like develop it further. And what is very important, it also adds a Ponder indexer to it, to the whole setup, because what I realized, like my first Miniapp with the smart contract, I was trying just to use the calls to the smart contract to read from it. But when you build like interactive app, what works with many users, it's really problematic to fetch all the data from the contract directly all the time. Then I started to use the graph, and well, it's easy to set up, it's easy to connect to the Miniapp, but sometimes you get like huge delays from the graph. Like sometimes you get it like right away, but sometimes it can be like 15 minutes delay. So if you're doing something what you want to display to the user right away, it will not work. And then I discovered Ponder, and Ponder is a great tool. Anybody familiar with Ponder? Yeah, okay, good. So it runs on your local machine or on your server or where you deploy it. It's totally your deployment, and it provides results right away. So it's like fractions of the second from the write to the contract till you get it into your SQL, and it's accessible by SQL. Okay, so hopefully it's installed on your machine already too. Can you read the text? Make it bigger, like this. Is it good? Okay, so the basic install is same as with the Scaffold-ETH. You will need a little bit more screens because we have additional stuff like Ponder. So on the first screen, we will do yarn chain. That will deploy our local hardhat chain. Then on the second one, we will do yarn deploy. And basically, the extension reuses the same smart contract which is available in the Scaffold-ETH by default. Very simple contract with one write command to set a greeting. On the third screen, we're going to do yarn start. That will start the Next.js server. Now, we will need the fourth screen where we do yarn ponder def. And that will start the ponder server. Now, we need a fifth screen where we will make the ponder available externally. That we will need, I mean, we can still develop and test things locally without using ngrok and making it available externally. This thing we will need to make it visible from the Farcaster. And one more ngrok to make the Miniapp itself available. Okay. So now, if we go to the, okay, probably I will need to move this screen here. Yeah. So that's like the basic screen of the Miniapp. It just has a very simple interface to set a greeting. We will grab some fonts from the faucet and do hello world. As you can see, Ponder already indexed this call to the contract and rendered it into the client. So next thing we want to do is to make it available, make it visible on the Farcaster itself as the Miniapp. And to do that, we will have to go to the Farcaster developer tools. So you go to the, make it bigger, like this, Farcaster developers. If you don't see it on your Farcaster screen, you go to settings. Oops. OK, we are back. You go to settings here, click on developer tools, and turn them on. So if you turn them off, this thing from the menu disappears. You turn them on again, it comes back. So you go here, and you can go to Embed tool. And here we will enter the URL of the Miniapp, which is, that will be the URL you deployed within Grok. Is it me touching something or? OK. OK, and as you can see, now the embed is not valid because we still need to do one thing. Oh, is it? So we're getting the values, but we are not getting the images because the URL is still set to localhost. So at this stage, I'll just reuse this window to launch the editor. And OK, make it big like this. We don't need this right now. We go to packages, Next.js, and we have an example here. We save it as, why don't I see the menu here? So it should be Command-Shift-S, I believe. No? OK. Cancel. We save it as env local for our local development. And what we do here, we add the domain of the Miniapp and also the domain of the Ponder. So basically, once you do these settings and you go back to the embed tool in Farcaster, refetch it, OK, and as you can see, we already have the image, which already rendered with the greeting we set. And all the other settings. And if we click here on this button, we should see the preview of the Miniapp. with everything rendered, except it will not have access to the chain because it's the local chain I'm running on my machine right now. So, and if we deploy it with the base or any other chain, it will be accessible as inside the mini app. And this is now can be used by anybody on the Farcaster. And so it has like mini app demo page in the menu. And this one will load all the context information what Horsefax was talking about. It takes a while to build these pages because they're not pre-built here, but like if you, yeah. So it has all the context, all the user information. Let's make it a bit bigger. So you see it says FID, username, launch context. If it was launched from within a post, it will show you where it was, like the ID of the post it was launched from, and also if all the associated information with the post. So for example, if you want to display some statistical information about the user, who is the author of the post, you can fetch this information right away when the mini app is launched. It would also show you what the client is. In this case, it's Warpcast. If it was opened from the base app, it will be a different FID, and you can use it also. So for example, I'm using it in one of the mini apps where I have the share button. So if the user opened this mini app from the Farcaster, I would say share on Farcaster. But if he opened it from the base, the button would say share on base. And here I also added some demo to test what is available, the functions that are available from the Farcaster. In this case, already the haptics are not available because it's running on the desktop. But on the mobile, like if I open it from my phone, you will be able to test the haptic buttons. Okay, let's try to deploy the smart contract on base and see if that works, and we can use the mini app inside the Farcaster fully. Oops. Okay. In order to do that, we need to do two things. We have to find scaffold config file, change the chain to base, and hardhat config. And change this to base 2. So now if we do yarn deploy, it will say I have no account, so we do yarn account generate. Set some very secure password. Oops. Okay, I will need to send some funds to this address. Okay, so we should be good now. Oops. Okay. Let's do yarn verify. We still have 5 minutes. Okay. After that, one thing we need to do, we have to go to the ponder setup in the Miniapp. And add RPC endpoint for the base chain. And if we did everything correctly, we should be able to okay, where is the ponder? Okay, what did I did wrong? Scaffold config. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, got it. Okay, you see, and once you fix it, thank you very much, everything starts to work. So, now, as you can see, so it loaded up, and it already loads the wallet from the Farcaster. So that's the Farcaster wallet. And if we go back to the main page, hello world. And yeah, so Ponder indexed it, it's on a real chain, and that's already a working Miniapp. So we can see it shows up. If you want to share it, like if you want to make it available for everybody, we just go to Farcaster. And cast it. Because it runs from the local machine, it's a bit slower, but yeah, here. So the image is rendered, and if I cast it, everybody on the Farcaster can interact with it. Hopefully, for some people, it will work with this slow connection. So guys, here it is within 30 minutes. We deployed a fully working Miniapp. like the next step is to deploy the Next.js and the Ponder to the server, not to run it from the local machine. It will be run reliably. OK, and it's rendered in my feed. So I think that's it what I have. If you want to register on Farcaster, you can use the QR code on the left. If you want to follow me, you can use this one on the right. Thank you very much. Any questions?
In your opinion, you've had a few Miniapps that have achieved a little bit of virality, and you've gotten some users. What do you think the secret is to get users?
To get users. That's a good one. Do something what they need. Like my most successful Miniapps and frames actually came as ideas from the users themselves. They said, oh, you know what? We need something what would show us this and this and this in a very easy to consume form, easy to understand form. And I was like, who would need that? And that frame had like 6 million users. So that was the idea. Like and like the reason why I built this stuff, it makes you deploy a new mini app like super easy. Like as you can see, like in 30 minutes, you do some changes to the smart contract, you change a little bit the front end, and it flies. Like, and you can test very quick if it resonates with the users or not. So like answer your question, you fail fast, build a lot. Yeah.
One really great presentation, Nick. One of the things that happens with Miniapps is that there's like very simple demo apps, but then your scaffolding provides functionality above and beyond those demo apps. What is some of the functionality that you think is underutilized, but that exists in your scaffolding right now?
So what is the...
What is some functionality that's in your scaffolded app that you think is underutilized or more Miniapp developers could use?
In the Scaffold mini app?
Yeah, in your Scaffold mini app.
Yeah, I think like there is a great job was done to develop the UI components. So for example, if you look at oops. Yeah, where is it? No, not this one. Sorry, guys. Just want to show you this component here. Yeah, so this one is in the feed. If I click on it, it should open up here. Yeah. Oh, somebody already said it. You see? Hello, amazing builder. OK, cool. So for example, this component here is provided by Scaffold UI. And yeah, you can easily use it to set a value to the transaction or something like that. Also, Scaffold-ETH has very well developed functions to write to the contract and read to the contract. Makes your life really, really easy. So these are the things what you get right away. You don't need to worry about them. So basically, like if you use it, you can only concentrate on your stuff. Yeah. With all of this taken care of. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
OK, thank you very much.